Welcome back once again to Spiritual Sage Astrology, and today we are looking over the first sign of Aries. From March 21st through April 19th is when these dynamic people were born, and this is a masculine sign in the element of fire, a cardinal sign, and the ruling planet is Mars. The symbol, the ram, assertive, sexual, and able to climb to great heights. So, and the dominant keyword here is I am. Their polarity is Libra. And let's see, the part of the body is ruled by the head, which Aries is prone to headaches and subject to minor injuries around the head and the face. Let's see, their birth sign, the magical birth sign for them would be a diamond. A diamond attracts love, financial success, and brings luck in new adventures. The diamond is particularly lucky for Aries people when worn on the left side of the body. And I would believe that this could be aimed towards sun, moon, or rising. I think all of this would be could apply to the sun, moon, or the rising sign of Aries. And the color is vibrant red. We've got cities that are Florence, Naples, countries that are England and Germany, Poland. Flowers that are geranium, honeysuckle, sweet pea, trees, all thorn-bearing trees, metal, iron. Animals ruled by Aries would be sheep, and especially ram. And danger, Aries people are susceptible to harm from fire and sharp instruments. They are also prone to accident involving high speed and tend to get into violent and dangerous situations. Their most likable trait would be courage. These people are warriors. They're creative, but they have great courage. They're known to go before anybody else will go, or jump before anybody else will jump. They don't think first. They're very impulsive. Although, if you know these things about yourself, that's why astrology is so wonderful to learn about. You can understand yourself better, and if there's something that you know about yourself and you want to change, you can always do that. That's what's so great about learning about astrology and learning about yourself through astrology. Here. Well, they're very independent as well. They can be aggressive. They like to take charge. Aries is also lucky with money, but has trouble holding on to it. They can live extravagantly. I think that goes well for all the fire signs. All the fire signs can attract money and like money, and they can make money because they're all that fire. They just go after, and they go after what they want, and they usually get what they want, but they're not always able to hang on to it. It just depends other placements in your chart, and that you have to be aware of as well, because there's just so many aspects in a person's chart. And as far as the moon, the rising, and the sun sign of Aries, the placements are going to be a bit different. The sun represents the soul, and the moon represents your emotions, and the rising sign represents how you're seen, and they all it can say something very different. Just because they're in the sign of Aries, they're going to be somewhat similar, but because they rule all these different areas, they're going to be a bit different. And if you've known Aries people with these different placements, you can probably say that that is true. You can see the difference with the rising, the moon, and sun. But you can also see some of the similarities. So I'd like to bring out some famous people with the Sun of Aries to get like a different aspect, and I'd like to talk about a few different ones that you may not know, because I think, you know, some of the main people, you know, we all kind of know about, but I'm going to bring out a few different ones that perhaps you don't know about, and that I think are interesting and might give you a better idea too, an understanding of Aries. Well, one of them would be Harry Houdini. Harry Houdini was the magic man, right? He was a famous magician. So, and I haven't heard very many people talk about Harry Houdini being an Aries sun, and he was. So that gives you a different idea of an Aries sun and what they're capable of. And then we got Keira Knightley. Maybe some some people know about Keira Knightley. I don't always remember, or I'm not sure I knew about Keira Knightley, that she was an Aries, but she's a wonderful actress, and it gives you another idea of an Aries sun. Then we have one that you probably don't know about, and maybe some of you've never heard about him before, but Dudley Moore. I think Dudley Moore was quite a funny comedian, and there was this sensitivity to him. I guess most comedians, there's like a sensitivity underneath all the funny that you can always see, or I always recognize that with a lot of comedians, and he's no exception. But he was a very physical comic. He was really, truly, I think, one of the funniest comedians I've ever seen was Dudley Moore. I'm trying to think of that one movie that he did that was really, really funny, and most of you probably know about, or a lot of people might know about, probably not the younger generation know about it. Oh gosh, I can't think of it right now. I'll think of it after, unfortunately, probably. But also with Dudley Moore, you know, he had a lot of talents, not just funny, but you know, he was also a pianist. And so that gives you another idea. See how different these people are from each other, but how exceptionally talented they are. Omar Sharif was also an Aries sun. He was an actor. And let's see who else that you might not know, because some of these people you know with no doubt, I'm sure, if you've looked at astrology for a certain length of time. These people are always mentioned as being Aries sun, but I'm trying to bring out some people that are different that you might not know, and those were a few of them. And let's see if there's one more here that we can bring out, perhaps that nobody's really heard about or knows about. Steve McQueen. I don't always remember or knew that Steve McQueen was an Aries, but he was also an Aries sun. So there's a lot of interesting people that I don't always remember or look at or remember as being an Aries sun. And it gives you a general description and idea of the sun in Aries. Again, you know, too, it's funny with Dudley Moore, we can see that childlike personality. That with the sun in Aries, they have the childlike because they're the child, the first in the zodiac. And that's one, it just came to mind. I was like thinking, yeah, that's right. But there's such different personalities. So, you know, it goes to show you too how all the aspects in our chart really make up, you know, who we are, not just the one placement. But that was Aries, and I hope you liked this interpretation of the first sign, Sun in Aries. Thank you, and please come back and visit my channel.